Welcome to Cadence and Songs WWE 2021 Royal Rumble Predictions.
Hello,
Sushi
Sushi Kings!
in Sushi Nation.
This is your favorite commentators here, coming straight at you from Deutschland. Today we're talking the Royal Rumble. Kate, what does the Royal Rumble mean to you?
Royal Rumble has such a personal meaning to me because, normally there's just two people fighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two people in the ring, predictable, all the same moves over and over. Royal Rumble is more chaotic and exciting, and I love that excitement.
Kaitlyn feeds
John,
off chaos.
There can be up to 30 people in that ring.
Now, we don't know all the contestants, potential winners,
There
but we
will
do know
be
some.
surprises. I heard a rumor that John Cena is coming back. I'm trying to start rumors.
Kaitlyn also loves rumors. My personal pick, and I'm going to have to consult with the experts here. Is Randall Orton, the legend killer, is going to come back in full force and take what is rightfully his, the Royal Rumble Championship. Now, we've seen a lot of good things from Randy Orton. For example, tables, ladders, and chairs 2020. He dominated. All right, the Firefly Inferno match. No one's ever going to forget that.
Never.
Least of all me. So,
Scarred forever.
I'm picking Randy for the men's. What about you, Kaitlyn Hams?
You know what? This is not normal, but I actually agree with you on this one, Jonathan. I do believe that Randall L. Orton, actually his middle initial is probably K, for the RKO. I do think that he's going to pull this one out. We've seen a lot of good things from him in 2020, and I don't expect that to change in 2021. Right.
The dues have been paid, so to speak.
Right. This is the first big match out of the gate, and we're excited to watch Randy win.
All right, moving on to the women's. Again, another big toss-up here. Going to be 30 in the ring. A few less people have, officially stated that they're in the mix. But so far, I'm liking Charlotte Flair. She came out with a bang at the end of last fiscal year, and we're really looking forward to her wrestling in this Royal Rumble. Kaitlyn?
Yes. That is me. I am going to say my girl Asuka. Let me just show off this merch for a second. Woo! And that was more of a Ric Flair kind of noise, but Asuka with the snot, I love her. Look her up if you don't know her. She's great.
Next up,
the thing here is actually that I don't believe Asuka has announced that she's going to be in the Royal Rumble, but we all know she is, and so nevertheless, she is my pick.
Okay.
All right, back to you, Andy.
Thank you, Cadence Song.
Thanks, Kate and John. We'll take it from here for a while.
So we got the women's
Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble. Who's going to win?
Who's going to win? Well, looking at this list of names right here that are actually in, I can't take my eyes away from Bayley. I think Bayley is just going to do it.
Oh, Bayley.
I'm going with Bayley.
Bayley, Dad.
How about you?
Me. I would say Leslie Evans for me.
Lacey Evans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Leslie Evans is never won a Royal Rumble.
I don't see Lacey Evans on the list.
She was.
Oh, okay. If she was, then I trust you. Okay.
So, yes. So,
Lacey Evans.
Leslie Evans and Bayley.
Bayley.
I'll come back to you.
Back to you guys.
Okay.
Thanks, Andy. And the next one is, Paul Heyman with Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens.
I think is the main character in that.
And Paul Heyman brings to the match some legal finesse that I think, not that it can't be on paper. It is mostly on paper, his skill. But it is an X factor, so to speak, in that, you have to sign on the X. For Paul Heyman, legal documents is his wheelhouse, and I think that's going to mean a lot in this match. So for me, Kevin Owens, aka Paul Blart Mall Cop, is going down once again. Hopefully this is the last of a long line of Kevin Owens losses against Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns.
I think that Kevin Owens is going to pull this one out. I think we've seen a lot of back and forth over the past couple of months. It's been a really long and winding storyline, but I think that it's all leading up to maybe a final culmination here at the Royal Rumble, and I just think that Kevin Owens might do it. Interesting
pick, Kaitlyn. Next up is Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg. Now, I watched the Mighty Ducks growing up, and Goldberg was not necessarily the, shall I say, model athlete. And when I think of Scottish sportman, I think Drew McIntyre. So I'm going to go with Drew on this one and not the fat goalie from Mighty Ducks. Kaitlyn?
You know, it is hard to argue such a watertight argument. So you know what, folks? I'm not even going to try this time. I'm not going to try. I'm going to side with John on this one and go with the winner.
Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
All right, and next up is the Women's Tag Team Championship. We all know what happened in 2020, right at TLC, right? It was Asuka and Charlotte Flair made a surprise appearance and took on Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Kaitlyn, who do you think is going to take this one?
I mean, this is a no-brainer, right, guys? Asuka is the greatest professional female sushi heavyweight champion that the world has ever seen, and there's just no stopping her. I mean, you look at her, you listen to her speak, she is just so on top of her game all the time. And I mentioned the snot rockets. I mean, that is probably the coolest move you could possibly pull out in that ring. And so I obviously am supporting my girl Asuka all the way this time.
I'm gonna have to go with Kaitlyn Ham on this one. They're the new reigning champions for a reason. They're a dynamic duo, and Asuka is crazy. Charlotte Flair has the hereditary power of the Nature Boy.
Triple threat.
Yeah, it's really a match made in heaven.
I think this is just the beginning of a long and successful storyline for them. I'm really excited to see it.
Next one up is Sasha Banks versus Carmella, and this is also a rematch of sorts.
This is.
What the X factor here is, folks, is that Carmella does have a sommelier, and that's going to be crucial. If the sommelier gets in the match,
it's important. People don't think about that.
There's no chance for Sasha Banks. It's going to be bottle service, baby, all night long. We're talking about Champagne. We're talking about Poppin' Prosecco. We're talking about Sect. We're talking about the whole Kit Kat and caboodle the sommelier could pull out of an ice bucket and just bash on Sasha Banks' head.
Yes.
So that's what I'm looking forward to. If the sommelier doesn't show, it's easily Sasha Banks. But
so who's your pick?
It all depends. My prediction is if the sommelier shows up, it's Carmella.
Okay. I'm going to go with Sasha Banks on this one. I think sommelier or no sommelier, Sasha Banks can hold her own, and she'll prove it to us in that ring.
Well, folks, that's it for us here at Deutschland Studios. We hope you have a good watch at the Royal Rumble this year.
Looking forward to all of the live streamed reaction videos that we'll have pulled up.
And I hope that our editor, Andy Sushi Wagner, the Sushi King, Heavyweight World Sushi Champion, I hope you can find a photo of Paul Heyman to put up if he does post this video. So,
I'm sure he will. All right.